So good morning. Yes, lovely, another February sunny morning, and we're out in the Mustang. First time since Christmas. I've missed the baby. Oh, I love this car so much. Hey, love it. So it's raining now, unfortunately, but never mind. Which means we can't have any fun. We can't have any fun anyway because Patrick's in the car. So, and when I say fun, I mean completely responsible fun, of course. Would never do anything irresponsible on the roads. Never. God, no. About a car like this is that you can't be shy, because in something like this you get stared at all the time. People are always looking at you and pointing and taking photos. I've had people actually stop me on the road where the traffic lights are red, they've crossed the road, and then when they've gone green they've just stood there with their camera and taken a photograph. I even had a kid come up to me at the traffic lights and ask if he can have a photograph in the car. Well, of course I said no. But, you know, if people want photographs in the car, that's great, but, you know, choose your moments, you know. Of course, because this car's been washed and waxed as well, it comes up with lovely bubbles on the paintwork. I love that. I love that bubble look. Obviously, if the paint was bubbling, I would be very happy, but the rain is fine. Wait till the new camshafts are put in as well. Get those nice hot rod, lumpy, old Ford sound. Can't wait. My birthday's coming up in May. Happy birthday to me. Happy camshaft to me. Happy camshaft to me. Happy H-pipe camshaft and long tube headers to me. And a retune Barmer performance thing to me. Something you find as well, you get a lot of people pointing their cameras out the back of their car. It's quite funny, really. Can't be a very good picture. They just hold the phone up and take a photo. Or they hang out the window with their video rolling. See kids hanging out the back of the window as you're driving past. I love it, really. Ah, listen to that rain splashing up on the underside of my car. Driving this now, I've been driving the Merc. It's a little bit different, obviously. It's a lot more powerful, but the ride is just completely different. You know, in the Merc, you just glide over everything. Any kind of bump, it doesn't matter. But in this, because it's been lowered and all the suspension's been stiffened up and everything else, it feels, well, you can feel every single bump, every imperfection in the road. no idea which direction they're heading. Especially when they're in the left-hand lane, which is supposed to be going straight on, and then they decide they're just going to keep going round a roundabout. So arrogant. Unbelievable. It's amazing how many people don't realise that they've still got their indicator on. So they're going down the inside lane of a dual carriageway with their indicator flashing away, not realising that it's on, and everyone else thinks that they're pulling over. So you just sit there. Do I overtake? Do I not? Is he just going to whip in front of me? I don't know. Honestly. How can they not see a big orange flashing light or a green flashing light on their dashboard? Idiots. Been off the road since Christmas, sorted, because I wasn't going to use it during the winter. So I went to tax it this morning so I could use the car, went online, and the only way you could do it was put in the 16-digit number from the reminder. Well, I don't have the reminder, don't know where that is. So I looked to see what other things you could do, and it said you can use the V5C 11-digit number, but there's no way to put it in. So I couldn't do it online, so I rang them up. Of course, it's an automated service. You can't speak to a person. I mean, I guess because it's Sunday, I don't know. So I couldn't speak to anybody, but I went through this automated service, put in all the details, paid for it, but then obviously there's no way of it registering that I've paid. I get given a reference number, but other than that, when I go and do a vehicle check, it still says sorted. Because it's a Sunday, I check my bank, and the money doesn't show that it's coming out of the bank. So that's obviously going to be happening tomorrow. So I called the police just to make sure, just to explain to them that, you know, it is taxed and I don't want to be picked up by an ANPR camera and have problems. So is it okay to drive the car? And they didn't know. They said, well, should be. So let's see. There's no reason why not, because the car is taxed. I have paid for it. I've been given a reference number. It is taxed. It is allowed to be on the road. But there's no record showing that because it's Sunday. So nothing updates. DVLA doesn't update. The bank doesn't update to show that I've paid because of Sunday. Which means if you buy a car on a Sunday and you go to tax it, can you drive it? I assume so, because I assume they prove. Then they've got to go through the whole crap of proving ownership and all that lot, and potentially reading you your rights. I've seen this on police camera action or whatever it is, or police interceptors, that they read you your rights and almost semi-arrest you for having no tax and talk about taking your car off the road, when in actual fact it is. It's just that their bloody system hasn't updated. 2016 and you've still got to wait for Sunday to go by. Crazy. Nothing better than a good punch of the accelerator, taking you up to 69.5 miles an hour. Things that get shouted at you most when you're in this car is, especially when you're driving through town, you've got the windows down, you usually get people going, "Nice car, mate," or "Rev it," or "Put your foot down," or "Do a burnout." Usual things like that. You hear it all the time. Obviously the idea is not to rise to it. In the right environment, you know, you can give it a blip of the revs, but you know, usually you just have to just go, "Oh yeah, okay." The other questions you get is, "How much was it?" Or the classic one, which I can't believe people still say, is, "How many gallons to the mile does that do?" Or, "I bet that's a lot of money to run." Things like that. In actual fact, it's not. You know, it quite happily does cars and they rev the hell out of their car thinking you're going to race them. But nothing to prove, you know. It's not the fastest car in the world at all, but you know, it can hold its own with a lot of things. Up against the Lamborghini, probably lose. But a lot of other things, I don't know. And obviously this is not a standard one. Going back to the old stereotype again, a little old woman up here against the steering wheel, driving in the middle of 2 lanes, about 25 miles an hour and a 40 limit, because she doesn't really know what else to do. She's panicking on the road. Oh my God, there's another car! Weird. Not me. What are you laughing at? Obviously, being a Sunday, it means we have to travel everywhere at 25 miles an hour. You know, again, I'm not expecting to do 40 in a 30. I'm quite happy to do 30, but 25 miles an hour. And you can tell by looking through the back window that you are sitting behind Granny, who's driving because her elderly husband could no longer drive anymore. And you know that's true because you can see the big Russian hat in the passenger seat, which it seems to be that when you get to the age of 80 you must own one, or the age of 70 you must own a Russian hat. Not quite sure what that is. People seem to go through stages. Is it flat cap? 50. So first of all, I said this to someone on Facebook the other day, but he's the same age as me, 41, and he's got a flat cap. And I thought 40 was the car, 50 was the flat cap, 60 perhaps is the driving at 40 miles an hour everywhere, wherever you go. So I've got that to look forward to. 60 limit roads, 40 limit roads, 30 limit roads. It's just one speed, 40 miles an hour. 70, you're just sort of happy to still be driving, so you can jump the queues, that sort of thing, and sort of moan about the good old days and some fake illness that will get you closer to the front of the queue. And then 80, the Russian hat.